My best friend's baby looks exactly like my husband, and now I know why I should have known something was wrong when Amy insisted I be her delivery room coach instead of her husband. You're my best friend since kindergarten, she said. I need you there. When I saw the baby's face, my heart stopped beating for what felt like minutes. Those were my husband's eyes staring back at me, the same unusual hazel color, the same almond shape, the same dimpled chin that runs in his family. I couldn't breathe, couldn't speak, couldn't do anything but stare while my mind scrambled to deny what was right in front of me. Isn't she beautiful? Amy whispered, tears in her eyes. I nodded mechanically and excused myself to the bathroom where I threw up until there was nothing left. Mark and I had been trying for a baby for 3 years, 3 years of negative pregnancy tests, 2 miscarriages, and 1 failed round of IVF that drained our savings. Meanwhile, Amy got pregnant accidentally after complaining for months about her boring marriage to Dan. The pieces started falling into place. Mark's late nights at work that began around the time Amy would have conceived, the way he avoided eye contact whenever I mentioned her pregnancy, how he suddenly seemed uncomfortable at our monthly dinner parties with Amy and Dan. I didn't confront either of them immediately. Instead, I watched how Mark's eyes lingered on the baby at her christening, how Amy kept finding excuses for us to babies, and how Dan seemed increasingly distant, drinking too much at every gathering last night. I finally asked Mark we were having dinner, and I simply slid my phone across the table with a picture of Amy's baby on the screen. She has your eyes, I said quietly, and your chin. He dropped his fork. Meanwhile, crying right there at our kitchen table, confessed to a one-time mistake after a work party when they'd both had too much to drink, swore he'd ended it immediately and that it meant nothing. Nothing, I whispered. That nothing is a baby that should have been ours. Then I did something I am not proud of. Pernolf, I texted Dan 4 words. You need a paternity test. This morning, Amy showed up at my hotel room door, masseria streaked down her face. How could you? She screamed. We were sisters. I laughed in her face. Sisters don't sleep with each other's husbands. Sisters don't trick their best friends into coaching them through labor with their affair baby. She collapsed against the wall, sobbing that she never meant to hurt me, that she'd been lonely, that she'd always envied what Mark and I had. You envy our 3 years of infertility? I asked, or just my husband? I closed the door on her begging and blocked her number. Dan has moved out of their house. Mark keeps calling, but I am not ready to talk yet. Maybe I never will be the cruelest part. I still love that baby. I held her. I watched her come into this world. And every time I see her face, I'll be reminded of the family. I thought I had Pear Toll and the double betrayal that destroyed it. Some things broken can never be fixed, and sometimes the people closest to you are the ones holding the hammer.